Hi there, I'm Angela Sharp, and welcome to the Daily Mix. We've been off for a couple of weeks because of the Thanksgiving holiday, which is really the Angela birthday holiday. So I'm so happy. Yay! So I'm so happy to be back with you here today. In the meantime, I got to go to the CMA Awards, hang out with some friends there and check that out. That is my new friend, Bree. She is a singer-songwriter. She was nominated for a couple of awesome awards. And get this, her family lives in Belleville. So hopefully I'll be able to have her on the show in the coming months. And of course, I was able to help MC Guns and Hoses, which raises money for Backstoppers. We had a lot of fun there as well. And if you heard the loud cheer from over there, that is my very supportive guest, Tony Twist. Everybody knows Tony from his awesome time with the St. Louis Blues, but he's here to talk about BareKnuckle BBQ. So let's get started on today's Daily Mix. The holiday season is well underway, and what better way to get in the spirit than with a holiday concert? Our friend Benedetta Orsi will host her 7th annual holiday concert this weekend at the Old Cathedral. The magic of Christmas comes to life with festive, uplifting, and classical music. Benedetta Orsi and friends are ready to fill your heart with joy this Saturday, December 6th at 7:30. You can find tickets and more information at benedettaorsi.com. It's right there on the screen so that it's spelled out for you. The U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America annual holiday concerts also returns this December. The Spirit of the Season concerts will be held at 4 different locations throughout the metro on December 6th, 7th, 8th, and 12th. The holiday performances are free and open to the public, but tickets are required. You can find them and learn more at afbandtix.org. KC95 will welcome Mr. Blue Sky, a tribute to Electric Light Orchestra and special guest Beth Bomber to Del Mar Hall later this holiday season. The 10-piece band brings you the ultimate ELO experience with a focus on the band's hits from the 70s, 80s, and their latest records, plus a stellar light and multimedia stage show. You can catch them live next Saturday, December 13th. Go to MrBlueSkyMusic.com for all the details. And music lovers won't want to miss out on the upcoming Music and More sale, presented by Love of Community Radio STL. This special fundraising event will offer a huge selection of vinyls, CDs, DVDs, posters, and other music-related items. All proceeds will support their mission to grow local arts, culture, and community through local radio. Visitors can also tour their new space, meet former KDHX DJs, learn about future plans, and more. The Music and More sale is set for this Saturday, December 6th from 12 to 4 at Lindenwood Park Place. You can learn more at radiostlouis.org. Now this weekend, you can come out for a day full of festive fun in the Del Mar Loop. Enjoy delicious treats from more than 15 Loop businesses at the Holiday Cookie Crawl and capture the perfect holiday memory with your furry family at the Moonrise Hotel Santa Picks with Pups. And be sure to stick around for the Fitz's annual tree lighting ceremony with a live performance from Caroling St. Louis. The festivities kick off at noon this Saturday, December 6th. You can find all the details at visittheloop.com. Now, if you're looking for a unique Santa visit, you can catch him underwater at the St. Louis Aquarium. Scuba Claus is diving into the holiday season at Shark Cannon. Thanks to a special dive mask, kids can talk to Scuba Santa and his elf about their holiday wishes. You can catch him swimming with the fishes at 1:15. The way that I have said that sounds like he is in some sort of mafia mob hit, and he won't be, I promise. He will just be swimming with the fish at 1:15 every Saturday and Sunday as well, December 22nd through the 24th. You can plan your visit at stlouisaquarium.com. Now, this weekend, Hamnet comes to theaters. It recently received an Audience Choice Award at the St. Louis International Film Festival, and it tells the powerful story of love and loss that inspires Shakespeare's timeless masterpiece, Hamlet. Take a look.
Is it true? You know everything about a person by touching them here?
Not everything. He's got more inside of him than any man I've ever met.
Who are you looking for?
William Shakespeare.
I have no talent to waiting.
The women in my family see things.
What do you see?
Oceans,
You're having twins, my girl.
undiscovered countries. What do you wish to do, Hamnet?
I shall be one of Father's players.
Will you be brave?
Yes.
Will you be brave?
When shall we three meet again?
Our children's hearts beat. They smile, play. Never forget for a moment.
Mama.
They may be gone.
Mama.
My boy. He lives not. You should go to London. That place in your head is now more real to you than anywhere else.
I am myself indifferent on it.
Again!
Do you not wonder what is in it?
In what?
The play.
What shall I do?
Keep your heart open. Look.
To die. To sleep. Perchance to dream.
What do you see?
Why?
Bye.
Why?
Bye.
Hamnet opens in theaters Friday, December 5th. Now, I am very excited because this is where I get to introduce my guest, who everybody has full named when you walk through the door today. Mr. Tony Twist, thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I gave you my best real estate post. I'll be asking for that later on the opening. I gave you the old Netco.
Oh, I was trying to figure out what we were doing.
That, you know, that funny, crooked, uncomfortable. You see on all the billboards?
That's right.
I'm wondering who does that. You know, I think maybe they should reevaluate that. But anyways.
Reevaluate that. Now, everybody knows you as the toughest blues enforcer when you're with the blues, but now you've went into barbecue sauce, and I feel like that's a weird transition. You gotta walk me through it.
Well, it might be a weird transition, but I believe it's a market that we can definitely exploit. And when I say exploit, I mean be able to put out a great sauce. Two Men in the Garden have done a great job mixing them for us. And Jamie Thurber, who's in charge of the marketing aspect, has done a fantastic job. And we're gonna be going into Deerbergs and Schnucks amongst other stores that are already carrying it. All the Ace Hardwares here are carrying it, the Granary, and multiple others. I should have brought the list, but you know, my memory's short.
Well, you did get hit in the head a lot, so that's understandable.
What's your name again?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We got a photo of it up. We had a photo of it up on the board. So it's BareKnuckle BBQ because you've got a lot of these other, if you will, enforcers with you.
We'll evaluate this. You got
Okay.
Jimmy the Soup Campbell.
Right.
Now, not necessarily the toughest guy. He may have had 3 or 4 fights, but again, a very personable.
Everybody likes Soup.
A very popular
Yeah.
blues player. You know, Cam Jansen speaks for himself. I mean, he probably had some of the longest fights in the game ever because he never tired out. Myself, Rivs, who was definitely one of the toughest defensemen. I mean, he was a great skilled player, but he played a very hard-nosed game. And obviously, Losey, whose game was defined with his left and right hand. So, yeah, it's a pretty good. The Bare Knuckle is going to stretch out into some other things also.
Sure.
You know, into the Bare Knuckle Nation. I hope to incorporate this with other teams and do the same thing that we're doing here, have a lineup of characters in the same fashion, and do it that way.
I love it, and I love that we're having you on right before the holiday season because I think this would be a really fun gift for any Blues fan who maybe has all the Blues things they could have. They don't have this yet.
Well, there is a box, the penalty box, which is it has all of our names and our pictures in the front. It's the gift box, and inside you'll find a player card, a traditional playing card, same size.
Oh, I love this.
And there'll be a first edition player card inside there, each one of the sauces, and it's a collectible. So, this will be the only opportunity this Christmas to get this first edition.
Yes.
That'll be available online at. You can post.
Yeah, we'll post it at the end of the show.
We'll post it at the end of the show where you can catch those online. And then if you're looking for the collection box without the collector's cards and everything, Deerbergs and Schnooks will be carrying that as of December 5th, I believe, where you can catch that in the barbecue sauce or maybe in the front of the barbecue aisle.
And that's going to be a slightly different packaging.
Same packaging without the graphics. So we're promoting the first edition specialty box on the BareKnuckle.com page, and I think that's a better way of doing it. Just because it's not going to be, you got to go look for it, and brings a little more special to it. I believe, so when you got to work for it, it makes it a little more special. And especially for Christmas present, because you're not going to be able to get it on shelf. That means you're really thinking about somebody.
You really, really thought and put some extra time, which means people are going to have to get that. They're going to have to get that now. I love that. Now we have to talk about your shirt because obviously I know that you almost broke Kelly out of his little hospital there for his first stint in hospital.
Right.
But you and
did you say in hospital?
In hospital.
That's kind of like an English term. Like there's no hospital. I'm going to hospital.
So sorry.
Not the hospital. But no, I appreciate that. I love. It's just the way that Claus. Have you been to Europe lately or something?
No, I just.
I'm going to hospital. Here they say the hospital. But anyways.
Okay, right. But you and Kelly Chase are tight friends. I know you were recently on his podcast.
Yes.
And you've got your second shift pocket cancer shirt on. So watching him go through that fight might make him the toughest Blues enforcer.
I was going to say, there is no tougher man than Chaser. I've tried many a times to put those shoes on, and it's an impossibility for me to actually put those shoes on and think that I'd be able to continue on the way he is. The toughest man by far and away. Nothing, and there's no secrets. I can't do a push-up today, but I'm going to try to do it until I can get one. Then I'll go to two. Right. The mentality transfers to everything that he's doing with this ongoing treatment with cancer. I got to get by this, and then I'll move forward. That thought process and going to work every day. He goes to work. That is his work. I go to work, and his work is to keep his head straight and to move forward his body. There's no tougher opponent anywhere than that the cancer he's dealing with, and he's dealing it with a legendary status. So
and he's brought a lot of eyes to it too, I think.
Minus his, because he can't see too well out of his right now.
But he's being so open. And a lot of, I think, even NHLers who have went through that have maybe went through it in a more private manner. But with him being so open and kind of letting everybody into his world, it kind of does shine a big light on what he's going through and how tough that fight is.
And not everybody's capable of that. And Chaser's been, from day one, very open. He gets out of the hospital, and 3 hours later, he's doing a podcast with myself and Strick and Jansen's. He just learned that he was going to lose his eyesight permanently in his right eye by 80%. 3 hours later, he was on doing that podcast. And you know what?
I don't have the mentality for that, I don't think.
He didn't miss a beat. There's no woe is me. The pity's the last thing that Chaser wants on his table, because that's not his gig. And by being open, it's about accepting what you need to do and go to work trying to accomplish the ends of the means. And he's a prime example, and not everybody's capable of that. Not every individual has that inside them, and he does. And on top of it, continuing with every one of his businesses. He's flying around to do the things that he needs to do, doing charitable events here in St. Louis. He's doing his own podcast, Ice Guardians, and good Lord, I don't know how. Even if I was super healthy and tried to put me on that schedule,
That's a rough schedule for anybody, but it's
Correct.
definitely somebody going through cancer like that.
Oh, my Lord. He's by far and away the toughest man I've ever met in my life.
And that's a lot coming from you, sir.
I've told him so many times that I don't know if I could put those shoes on and walk them the way you do, because I don't have size 26.
Well, we do wish Mr. Kelly Chase a good, healthy recovery.
Absolutely.
For whatever that means for him. But I also have to, we talked about him being the toughest guy. Did you used to punch cinder blocks?
Well, hold on. Let's put it in context.
Okay, okay.
If you take a comedic routine and just isolate it to this one thing, so, this ethnic joke that just didn't sound right, and you just isolate it there,
right.
it sounds extremely racist and anti-Semitic, okay?
Okay.
So, in the context of what we're saying here is I've never broken a finger.
Okay.
I've never broken any of my bones outside of the boxer's knuckle I have on those 2 bumps. That's every boxer gets those.
Everybody, yeah.
So in order to tighten up the tendons and the ligaments around my knuckles, what I've done is I would start with sand into a pail. All right.
Oh,
and then it swells up. You ice them down, and you do that for a couple, 3 weeks, and then from there, from the sand, you go into lead BBs. And you do the same thing, and you're pounding it in there, and you do that for a couple weeks, and icing it down each time. And what it does is strengthens those tendons and ligaments around your hand, and then ultimately onto the floor. Now, continuing this through every summer that we had off, never during the season, obviously, because I'm not capable of doing that. But what it enabled me to do is to do my job. If I'm not on the bench and I don't present a reasonable deterrent, right? My job is gone. So it was keeping my job. That was practical for me to do. Now, it wasn't some Neanderthal thing. It was a well thought out event where if I can be on the bench and still do my job, I don't want anybody to know I have a hurt hand or anything.
Right.
I was always good. Outside of lacerations, you can't really hide those, but it extended my career years.
It is pretty impressive, because I do think people don't give you a lot of credit. You actually have very thought-provoking, you very much have thought about your career while you were in it and even past it. And I think a lot of times they're like, oh, Tony Twist, he punches people. And they don't give you all that credit. But you took a lot of time to make sure you would be healthy and continue that job.
The best moniker I ever wanted, this is the one I want to keep.
Okay.
He's only a dumb hockey player. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I want you to think that. Because if you really know me, then you're going to realize I'm not a dumb hockey player. And as being a dumb hockey player, you get to hear a lot of things that you would otherwise, because he's just a dumb hockey player.
Sure, he's not going to say anything.
Yeah, right, or he's not going to understand it. That's the greatest, it's the greatest, it's the fold in the matrix that I can hold in there.
Right. I love it. We could talk to you for days, but before I let you go, I do have to know, who was your toughest opponent?
Well, and I've answered this many times, and I'm going to promise you, anytime, and any valued fighter, anybody who's done the MMA, boxed, in the game of hockey, as soon as you elevate or de-elevate an opponent, you've already put yourself in a predicament to lose.
Sure.
So by elevating somebody, all of a sudden you're not playing your game, you're playing into his. If you lower him, like, I'm going to give him a licking today, you've given yourself an opportunity to lose. So I never, ever have, and people say, oh, come on, you have. I said, now there's people I enjoyed fighting more than others.
Sure.
Okay, don't get me wrong. But none I enjoyed less. So by not putting anybody on a pedestal or putting any on the floor, what I created was an opportunity for me to come out consistently the same way every night. Same practice, same video, same research, same mental prep, same attitude. So nothing changes. My game is consistent and my head's consistent. So when you ask that question, none of those ever did I put into an equation of which one was the hardest.
I love that. And then you guys even fought each other in Blues hockey practice.
We did, you know, when Jason and I fought when he was in Hartford. I was renting his homestead. And don't misunderstand, that was a real fight. There was no, this is not WWF or WWE.
Because some people think that now when they look back, because they don't know now the instigator rule has changed everything.
If you watch that fight, you'll know it's very real. And prior to the fight, both of us aren't, you know, we'd already enjoyed dinner the night before and we went out for dinner after. The understanding is that emblem, and this is the key important part that I've always enjoyed. It's on my barbecue sauce. It's a quote from Bobby Plager. You play for the emblem, not for the nameplate. Both Chase and I, growing up the tutorage of Bob Plager, understood the concept and adored the concept and embraced the concept of the emblem is everything. The nameplate means nothing. So, you know, that night, you know, I'd had a fight with one of the other guys and kind of beat him up, and Chaser felt the pressure, you know, having to go out and do something, and he did. And at, you know, the beginning of the fight, both of us are going, it's happening.
Right.
And it happened.
And it was real.
And it was very real.
Okay.
And then after, we went out to Harry's, if that used to be open.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of beers and then talked over the thing. We never, you know what we never did? Never talked about the fight again. Us personally, one-on-one. We talked about it in the media.
To other people,
My rent went up, you know, quote unquote, and all that kind of good stuff. But that's the genuine article. That's two men that enjoy the game, admire the game, and play it for what it's worth.
I love it, and I am so happy you were here. We gotta circle back to why you were here. BareKnuckle BBQ.
Yep.
People can get this barbecue sauce at a lot of different stores. I know it's already out at Ace Hardware.
Yep, the Ace Hardware, the granary off of 141 and that other street.
Right, that one.
141 and...
You'll find it if you want
44. And then there's multiple other places too. Two Men in a Garden are producing it for us. They've done a fantastic job of putting the flavors together. I know myself in particular, you know, we went through some trials and tribulations because I wanted something, you know...
Is your name on your favorite barbecue sauce?
No, I designed that.
Well, I know you did, but is your, like... You know how on the picture, there's like a bunch of you guys?
Right.
Is yours on the sauce that you like the best?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right there. the Carolina twist.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. It's a very enjoyable piece, and I put a lot of thought process into that.
Yeah.
And so, as did the other guys, but mine took a little bit longer because I'm peculiar that way.
Well, that's good. We like that. Plus, it's going to be at Deerberg's, and we're going to throw up on in Schnucks. In Schnucks. We're going to throw up on the screen right now where you can get it right now if you want that awesome collector's kind of vibe.
That's the only spot you're going to find that collector's box is right there.
Right there. So it's BareKnuckle /barbecue.com. You see it right there on your screen. You can also follow along with them on Facebook and Instagram. I'm sure Jamie's keeping track of all of that for you.
I don't do any social platforms whatsoever. That's my go-to gal, you know, God love her.
Everybody loves her. And then we got this right here. This is all you. Tony Twist.
Yeah, again, that's Jamie, who started these four. So if you're getting in contact with me, understand, be nice, because it's Jamie who's answering them. And I give the answers, and she'll answer as it goes. I don't have the time, the inclination, and I don't like to have hashtag I'm taking a dump kind of stuff. It's not my gig.
Now we all have a really odd visual. Thank you for that, Tony.
You're very welcome.
I love it. I loved having you on here. I loved when you walked in, everybody full named you. That's how you know you're a big deal. And they Tony Twist you. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to follow Tony and BareKnuckle BBQ and pick that up.
And not the hashtag. Don't follow that.
Before the holiday season. You can also follow us, of course, on Facebook, X, Instagram. Let us know where you think we should go to next. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget, you can always stream us now on STL TV, now on the go.
Holy cow, look at you. Roku, Fire TV,
That's what
Apple.
I'm saying, Tony.
High five, Mama.
Woo-woo.
Well done.
We're having a great time. Keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. I'll see you next time.